Eun-jaeol is standing in a vintage 1995 Seoul street, completely frozen in shock as he faces the 18-year-old version of his father, Lee Chan. The emotional trigger of the scene occurs when Lee Chan speaks with a perfectly clear, functioning voice. Overcome by the reality that his father can hear and speak in this era, Eun-jaeol breaks down in tears and forcefully throws his arms around him, wailing out emotional apologies. Lee Chan reacts with pure panic and annoyance, thoroughly creeped out by this weeping stranger who was claiming to be his son. Lee Chan aggressively pushes him off and bolts down the street to get away. Eun-jaeol chases him at a full sprint through narrow alleyways. The chase reaches a hard stop when Lee Chan manages to lose him. Stranded alone, Eun-jaeol tries to process his reality. He attempts to buy food and find shelter, only to realize his modern currency is entirely useless in 1995, leaving him functionally broke and stranded. The narrative cuts to Lee Chan's perspective, establishing his primary objective for the episode: winning over his massive high school crush, the elegant cellist Choi Se-kyung. To grab her attention, Lee Chan has boldly promised her that he will form a rock band and perform at the upcoming school festival. The major roadblock is that Lee Chan has absolutely no musical training and lacks a lead guitarist to anchor the band. Lee Chan sets out to recruit a legendary local student guitar prodigy named Yoon Dong-jin. However, through a chaotic misunderstanding at a music hub, Lee Chan crosses paths with a different student who claims to be a guest guitarist. When Lee Chan brings this prodigy back to his makeshift rehearsal room to meet the other recruited band members, the fraud is instantly exposed. The guy can barely hold a chord. The band's momentum completely shatters, leaving Lee Chan desperate and back at square one. Eun-jaeol, completely out of options and unable to find a way back to 2023, is forced to spend a grueling, freezing night sleeping rough under a bridge alongside local homeless men. The critical narrative turning point occurs when a public payphone nearby begins to ring loudly in the dead of night. Eun-jaeol answers it and hears the voice of the mysterious master from the La Vida music shop. The master delivers a crucial ultimatum: Eun-jaeol cannot return to his own time until he uncovers the true purpose of his journey to 1995. Hungering for answers, Eun-jaeol realizes how little he actually knows about his parents' teenage lives. He resolves to track Lee Chan down again, realizing that his presence in this timeline must be connected to protecting his father from the upcoming, tragic accident that is destined to take his hearing. The focus shifts to introducing the younger version of Eun-jaeol's future mother, Yoon Chung-ah. Born completely deaf, her current reality is one of profound isolation. She communicates with the world entirely through written notes and sketchbook drawings. In a vital scene at her arts high school, her deep vulnerability is exposed when a cruel classmate actively bullies her, stealing her original painting concept right out of her hands to submit it as their own for an upcoming art competition. Chung-ah is left helpless and unable to voice her defense. Simultaneously, Choi Se-kyung approaches Chung-ah in a warm gesture of friendship. Knowing Chung-ah's deep, quiet love for a specific musical artist, Se-kyung pulls a VIP concert ticket from her bag and hands it over to her, establishing a tight-knit bond between the two girls. Eun-jaeol observes this entire dynamic from a distance. He experiences immense emotional whiplash as he realizes the current timeline is completely backward. His father is head over heels for Se-kyung, while his actual biological mother, Chung-ah, is a total stranger sitting neglected in the background. Lee Chan continues his frantic search for a savior for his band, but as he navigates the school campus, he is spotted by a group of angry rival students looking to settle a score. Panicking, Lee Chan ducks into a quiet, hidden room on campus to hide. He slams the door shut, only to turn around and find himself face to face with a startled Chung-ah, who was sitting inside alone. This brief, quiet interaction marks their very first official crossing of paths. The final, high-stakes scene of the episode locks in when Eun-jaeol tracks Lee Chan down right in the middle of a chaotic band recruitment assembly. Determined to secure his place next to his father and steer the timeline correctly, Eun-jaeol steps forward. He drops his emotional baggage, picks up a guitar, and unleashes an absolutely flawless, professional musical performance on the spot. The gathering falls completely silent in awe. Lee Chan is left staring at him, utterly spellbound by his genius. The episode closes on this definitive frame. Eun-jaeol secures his spot as the lead guitarist of the band, officially setting his plan into motion to rewrite his family's history.